Hey Danny, so let's look at your soap dish. First thing I want to check out is the actual sketch. So let's just open that up. So you've done a good job drawing this. Let's look at the drawing here. So you basically have this outline out here, and you have this little square in here. Um, Thing is, though, you didn't. Don't we want to extrude from out here, not from the middle? So you just need to pick a different setting when you go into the feature. So I'm gonna get out of that sketch, and I'm gonna come to the extrusion. If I right click on it, or if I just click on it, I can edit it, right? And down here in selected contours, um, sketch 1 is selected. I'm going to delete that. Actually, hopefully that didn't confuse you. Actually, I'm gonna delete them both. I'm just gonna, let's start. So what this is now asking us, it's saying, okay, we're gonna extrude from the sketch plane, which just means where we sketched it. You said we're gonna go in the blind direction 15, or blind means tell me how far to go. You wanted to go down. Okay, that's fine. Um, and then we need to tell since you have two contours here, since you added this middle portion, we have to tell SOLIDWORKS what we actually want to extrude. So down here in this blue box select contours, we select both of these sections of the sketch. And now you can see that we're actually making the shape that you were intending. So if I say OK, there is something that's much more like this, right? So we're in good shape. We're starting out well. So you had a really good drawing, but you just didn't extrude it from the right place. So now I'm going to come, just bear with me. I'm going to delete this sketch. This plane. I'm not sure why you have it there, there's an error because it's trying to reference something that doesn't exist anymore. So I'm just going to delete it. All right. So now we're in good stead over here. Your question was, how do we round this here to make it look like this, right? Now, the reason I asked you to send me the part, well, you always should do that, is I actually personally, I would have done this in a different way. Not that yours is wrong in any way. I'm just saying that I needed to know where you were drawing, starting your drawing from. So with this method, we're going to need to use a fillet, which is easy to do. I'm going to come in here to fillet, it's a feature, select it. Now you might, the default on when you open this, it may be at Fillet Expert. Don't click that. Click on Manual. And all a fillet is a rounding of the part, or a rounding of starting at some edge or face of the part. I'm going to select, so when it's asking me, what do you want to fillet? I'm going to select this bottom edge. And you can see there's already a preview going. I just did this, so it's got the right number, but I think the default is something different. So you want to type in 7, why 7? Because we have R7, radius is 7 for this arc right here, right here. So now that's looking pretty good. I think that's what I want. And the reason we're seeing that yellow is because I clicked on full preview over here, or it was already a preset. So now if I say OK, we are looking pretty good. Now, the next thing we want to do is cut out this portion here, right? This middle portion. And the way you were thinking about doing that is you were back in this sketch, you drew that rectangle here. Now, if you think about it, though, we want to cut that out of this volume. How are we going to cut that rectangle when we're flat on top of it? That's not going to work. So actually, I can come in here and I don't really need those. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to edit the sketch, and I'm going to just delete this box you've got in here. It's not required for what we're going to try to do. So now here's our shape that looks a lot like this. But how would I get this little concave cut out here? Well, what I'm going to suggest is that we would draw, and I would have done the entire part like this. I just would have drawn from the beginning a shape that looks like this, um, and extruded it from the mid plane. I would have drawn it on the front, or from the plane that's bisecting the middle of the part. Anyway, it doesn't matter because that's. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go draw on the plane that bisects right through here. I'm going to draw this arc shape, right? These two things. So let me go back there. So let's see which plane that is. If I just mouse over this, looks like it's the front plane in your case. Um, so if I make a sketch on the front plane, I'm hitting my space bar so I can go normal to that. And the first thing I'm going to do is just sketch an arc that intersects the top of my uh, body of my part. Then I'm going to connect that with a line. So now I have a little arced shape, right? Space bar, get back to arc. Now I can just I can control it how I want by defining it. So I can find the midpoint here of the arc, and I can bring it to the middle of the, oops, sorry, let me do that again. Selecting the midpoint, I'm going to select my origin, which you smartly put at the middle of your part. I'm going to make those coincident. Oops, doesn't want to do that. Why not? Let me delete that. I'll make them vertical. For some reason, I can't understand why. Oh, I guess it's saying, since this is an arc, I can't make that point coincident with that. These have to be two lines, or whatever. So I'm just saying I made these 2 points vertical. I'm going to let you add the dimensions yourself because we need a certain dimension for this arc. We need, but since we're now in the middle, if we make this arc the right size and this line the right length, it should be in the right position. But I'm going to go and just show you what. So what are we going to do with this? We're going to make an extruded cut from the mid plane, and we're going to go 80. I think it's, or is it 100? What is it? 100? Let me go check. No, we want to go 80 millimeters, or whatever that 80 units. I guess we're millimeters, yeah. Now we essentially have the finished soap dish. Now, these dimensions aren't correct because you need to fix that yourself. But you see we have all the shape there. And then all you have to do is go and add the material, um, and then check your volume and your mass. All right, so I know I went through that quickly, but then since it's a video, you can scroll through and find follow it however you want to follow it. Just wanted to change this to. All right, okay. Hope this helps. Let me know what else you need.